underdog became the underrated. In my city, I'm paraded. Confetti dropping when I'm home. I'm floating down Tudor, floating on strong. Had so many rights they couldn't tell us we was wrong. Lamar Middle School, we was on. I got this lion heart in my chest. I'm one of the best. They ask about him, they gon' bring up success. See, I've been fighting this stress. You ain't right, you get left. I'm good with my left, so I don't argue with refs. Cause just like EA, I'm in the game.
Hey everybody, it's Rob here again with We Give 110. Kerry's going to be out for the day. He might pop in, but we never know, so we're going to be waiting for him to get that in there. And of course, we have Misa here, the lady who's going to give us all the information that we want about finances in our businesses. And now if you're an entrepreneur and if you are a person who already has a business, if you're getting into the digital market space and stuff like that, there's so many things that you need to know other than just marketing or sales or anything like that. One of those biggest things is the financial side of it. You can sell stuff, you don't get in trouble. You can market stuff, you usually don't get in trouble. If you don't do your money right, you're going to get in trouble. So this is why we invited Misa to be here with We Give 110 to share her expertise with us. And of course, if you ever need expertise directly from her, you can always go to perfectlykeptbooks.com or find her on Instagram at perfectlykeptbooks. I'll put it along the bottom there, right? And of course, if you can't find her there, you can always reach out to us here at wegive110.com and we'll connect you guys up there. Okay. So once again, wegive110.com, you'll be able to get your personal success journals down here. Ta-da! Right. So you'll be able to get those, download them for free. You don't have to pay anything for those, of course. We'll contact you after you've signed up for those stuff. Now, if you are looking for ways to get ahead in business, of course, you can always reach out to us. We're consulting on a couple of different projects with We Give 110. And of course, Misa will be there in the background. She'll be helping us more and more, I think, in the future with our finances as well. And so let's get into the topic today. And it's one of those big ones. I made a joke, trim here, trim there. A lot of people get into business and they start trying to make some profit and they start cutting corners. And, you say, don't cut corners with your business. And one of those things is the finances. Make sure you have what you need. A lot of people in business go, I need more money. I can either raise my prices, which I don't like to do because people complain, or so they find other places to cut. And usually that is not a good idea. So we're going to start off with this one. So Misa, do you want to have an intro to the don't cut your corners, or do you want to go right into that first topic?
I'll go right into it.
Right into it. Okay. That's the way we like it. Right into it. All right. So run your business like a business.
Yes. This is a big one because it's like if you started a business, you want to make sure that you're actually running your business like a business and not a hobby. Because at the end of the day, if it's not a hobby, then you should be doing what any other business is out there doing. So I'm like, if you go to any business right now, you go visit that business, how are they operating? What are they doing? And you should be emulating the same thing. Even if your business is small, it may not be on the scale of Target or Apple or, the large corporations, but it's still a business. So you still want to operate it the same way. So you don't want to be accepting payments via Cash App or, some of those ways to kind of cheat the system a little bit because you don't want to have to pay fees or you don't want to have to go get this certain software. But it's like, that's what you need because you want to set up your business to run like a business. And then you don't want to have to, run into any issues later because if it's not a business type of product, you probably shouldn't be using it for your business.
Yeah, that's a big thing. You have to emulate things that work, right? Now, one of the big problems I find is that a lot of people suffer from is I see so and so is successful and I want to emulate them. So one of the big things I'm going to say right now, emulating somebody who's successful is great, but make sure they're actually successful.
Exactly.
Right? There's a lot of people out there that are on Instagram and they're posting like pictures from hotels and da 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 da, and they're really just posers. They really don't, you know. Like I'm a humble businessman. I'm in my house. You know, like this is. I don't have the big luxury condominium and stuff like that. Am I successful? I have had successes. I've had failures. But when you emulate someone, trying to emulate a business like Walmart or anything like that, that's huge. You know, if you're just starting out. So find someone who's in that market, maybe not your direct competition around you, but go out and find someone maybe in the next town over. Or, or someone that you just connect with online. Maybe you're in California, they're in New York. You're not going to really be affecting their business.
Exactly.
Right? And then get them to mentor you. They've already gone through a lot of those potholes and everything like that. And then they're going to tell you which things to go through. So, getting the right software, they've already tried software. They've already tried this. They've already tried that. They're going to help you out. So run your business like a business. Don't make it like a friendly shop where your buddies can show up and just hang out and stand around. That's not respecting you. That's not respecting you. They should be bringing business to you.
Exactly. Yes.
Like helping you out, not. They should be helping you out, not asking for the handouts. Like the free stuff. So yeah, run the business like a business. Emulate good businesses. Get a mentor. This is why, like I've run businesses. Carrie's run businesses. You run your own business. I don't know if you've run other businesses. I never asked that before.
Not currently, but
Yeah. Well, we were talking about earlier, before we opened up our live, we were talking about a business opportunity for you. So I mean, there's all these different things that you can do, right? So, a lot of people, as you said, start a business as a hobby or have a hobby that they're trying to turn into a business. And it's one of those things that you have to be very careful.
Yep.
If it's something that you love, then go with it, but make sure that it doesn't turn into something you hate because you didn't set up your business properly. Right.
Exactly.
All right. So let's hop over to the next one here. Now, the next one is don't always look for the free way out. Oh. I hate to say this, but I'm guilty of this one. I'm guilty of this one.
This because this is one that I see all the time. Like they're like, oh, I need someone to do, a logo, or I need someone to do this or do that. And they're like, well, but can somebody do it for free? Like they don't want to have to pay for anything. And it's like, okay, like you're running a bit like this isn't, just something you're like kind of doing, on the side, and you're just, you have a friend that could probably help you out. Like it's just something personal. Like, no, this is a business. And and other people are also running their business. So you can't just expect for them to give you something for free and you not putting any type of investment into it, because it costs to run a business. And that's the bottom line. At the end of the day, it costs to run a business. If you're not ready to pay the cost, you really shouldn't be running a business, because that's what it comes down to. Maybe in the beginning, if you have a community of people that you probably can work with, and maybe y'all can have some type of arrangement in the beginning, but at some point, there's going to be some costs involved. So like you get your business up to a certain point, they're going to be looking for payment. It's not going to just be like, oh yeah, remember back in the day we helped each other and we continue. It's like, no. That was just to get you started. But now that you're going and you're making money, now you have to pay up.
Yeah. And I think this is one of the big things that a lot of people miss out on as well, is that sometimes people start off by giving you freebies, like helping you out. And then the people start expecting those freebies to continue.
Yep.
Right. So maybe it's a brother or sister who helps you out for a couple of hours while you're running around, and then you might start expecting them to do that for free all the time. But that's pretty disrespectful. People do stuff for their time. I'm guilty of this. I try to find my friends and family and see if someone can do that for free to help out my business or anything like that. And it's okay to ask every once in a while, but you have to reciprocate, right? You have to reciprocate. You have to give back, right? So maybe like you make a whole bunch of money, you throw some money their way, or do something nice for them. There's this very famous situation that happened on the internet a couple of years ago. There was a lady who was an internet, like an Instagram influencer. She tried to use her influence to get free stays at, hotels and stuff like that. I'll use my influence to promote you, blah, 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 blah. Well, one gentleman said no. And she took offense to it and went on the internet and berated the guy because, she has all this influence, and ended up getting into a bit of a back and forth war between the two. And she ended up making a whole bunch of money on it. And she said, well, I have the last laugh. I made all this money off the advertising and all this stuff of this. Well, then he sent her a bill. Because she was using his name and his company's name.
Oh, no.
For her own advertising purposes. So he actually charged her. And he won in the courts when she tried to challenge it. Okay, there's sent a Giphy. All right. Carrie just sent a GIF. I'm not sure what it is here. He says, okay, I'll post it up here. Go to this Giphy. I'll just try to pop it open in a new link here so I can see what it was. Jerry, show me the money. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, show me that money. Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah. So people doing stuff for free. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. But if you don't have a lot of money and you're starting off bootstrapping it, there are websites out there that there are people who are willing to work for, lower costs than you would expect. I'm going to put one out there. Disclaimer: I'm not putting any links or anything like that. But it's just one that's pretty famous. Fiverr. Yes. If you need a logo, Fiverr. If you need web page done, Fiverr. Our original We Give 110 video intro that came from a Fiverr when we did our logo. It was an add-on that they provided. I don't even know if I still have that on here. No, I don't. Okay, I was going to throw it up, but I don't. But these backgrounds, like our backgrounds here, they're all from our Fiverr, and that was just buying one logo. Yeah, the guy did all these other things for us.
Exactly, and that's the thing, because there are options out there. There are lower cost especially when you're starting out. So, because that's what I like to do. Especially I'm like, okay, I probably can't afford the super grand, graphic designer, but I can go on Fiverr and find somebody else who's probably just starting out as well, trying to build their portfolio, and I can support them, even if it's not a lot of money. I can support them by giving them something to add to their portfolio and then paying them for the service.
Yeah, and that's one of the big things is that it's not just logos, guys. You can get. There's bookkeepers. I'm not trying to take money away from you now, but that's the first one that comes to my head. Starts with B. There's people who do translations. There are people who do intro videos, copywriting. People who write your sales letters. They'll do your marketing for you. There's even people on Fiverr who will give you cues at when to buy your stocks. Oh, right, you pay $150, and then for the whole month, these are day traders who are like, buy this right now here, and they send out like push messages to you, like, buy this right now, boom, 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 and then you just go, yeah, okay. Then they say, sell this now. Okay. So. There's lots of stuff out there. Yeah, if you need a web page design, anything. Oh man, there is so much stuff out there and people willing to do it for a price. Now, the nice thing about these websites is they usually show a portfolio of the person's work. So you can pick someone that aligns with you and your ideas. It's not just like, I want a logo, they randomly throw somebody at you. No. Right. Now, the other one is, there's another company, like basically they're virtual assistants. Right? Like you can hire a virtual assistant to take care of a lot of the things that you don't want to take care of. We've talked about that before, investing in yourself, in your own company, and getting someone to take some of that time off. VAs are great. If you're in other programming stuff, one of the things we usually consult with is a company called Floxy. Probably don't, I don't know if you know about this one, but basically you pay a certain amount for per month. And you're allotted like one task or two tasks, depending on, how much you pay per month. And they'll basically find within their own organization someone to take care of that for you.
Oh, wow.
So he's like, oh, I need 20 emails written. There's your job for the day. They take care of it and they'll return it to you the next day or like 2 days later. But you usually have like one job per day that you can assign to them. So you can say, oh, I need these videos edited, and you just send them to send them the videos, and they'll edit them. Like you give them direction, of course, but there's lots of ways that you can get stuff that's not free.
Yep.
And like we talked earlier, like I started my first business on like $500. It was an empty shell. We got paint. We bought it from somebody. It wasn't the right color that we really wanted, but we worked with it because it was we needed it. We found secondhand stuff. We purchased that. I mean, we tried, but luckily it matched the paint, so that was awesome. It was a little couple of shades off, but it was okay. But yeah, and we bootstrapped a lot of it, and we had to try to find free stuff. But I mean, at the end of the year, we made $100,000. So I mean, that's where you go, right? And we found people that would do jobs for us at a low price. Yes, because it's respect. Honestly, it is respect, and people will pay back out for you, right? So show me the money, as Carrie was. Show them the money; they're going to work with you, right? All right. So another private. Oh, quality versus free. Yeah, the pay. Yeah, you pay for quality. Yeah, Carrie's piping in some messages to us here. Yeah, quality versus free. It's true. And also the other part of that, and Carrie will attest to this as well, is that if it's free, people are not as they don't see it as urgent. So it's not just quality, but it's also time, right? Yeah. So if people don't, if it's free, they don't see it as something they need to do that's urgent.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's one of the big things. So on my starting with my business, Print Parcel Post, a long time ago, we had a sign on the wall, and it basically said, "You can have two of the following," and we had quality, speed, and price. You can pick two, but you can't have the third. Right? So when you say price is free, that means you're going to suffer on either quality or speed.
Yep. That is so true.
Right? And I think this is something that everybody should put, especially if you're a manager or owner of your business, put it over your desk, put it over your till, right near your night, really. When people start saying, "Hey, man, I want to get a discount," blah, 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 blah. Choose one of these.
Yep.
If you want the discount, then I'll put it into my queue whenever I get to it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I need it right now, and I need it at a cheap price. Well, no. Point to it, yeah. The same thing goes with any business, right? If you need a solution fast, you're going to have to pay for it. That's just how it is, right? So, yeah. Carrie. Yep. Hey, Carrie, I love you, buddy. There's all these little great little things you're putting in. It's awesome. But try to put them in the comments so we can see them there, and then everybody can see them. All right. Okay. I can't. Okay. All right. No problem. All right. So let's go on to our third one here. Our third one today is a very important one. Prepare your business for the future. Yes. So important.
So like when you're thinking about your business, you always want to think about like, what is your vision for the business? You know, like what impact do you want to have? What does success look like to you? Like not to everybody else, but to you. So like you want to ask yourself these questions because it's like, okay, are you building this business to one day be able to sell it? Are you building it to be able to, you know, keep it in the family and pass it down? Are you just building, you know, are you building it just to, you know, you just want to build it for a little bit and you're probably going to close it and start something like whatever you're like, just thinking of what is your end goal with the business so that you know what you're working towards. And then you can put everything in place to get you to that point. Because if you know, okay, I'm building this business because I'm going to sell it one day. Then you know, I need to be able to have something that can easily be handed off to someone else and probably handed off at a very good price. Because if you have everything in place and all someone has to do is purchase it and just like literally just kind of take over what you've already built, they will love that and they will pay top dollar for it. So it's like, just think about like what is your vision for your business at the end of the day? And like thinking about this earlier and not just, oh, I've started a business and you're like years in and you're like, I don't really know what I want to do with it. It's like, no, in the beginning, like what do you want to do in the beginning? And then just kind of adjusting as you go to really see, okay, I thought I wanted to build this type of business and I thought I wanted to do this, but maybe I don't. Maybe now I want to be able to keep this in the family and be able to pass it down for the next generations. So it's just all those things to think about. So you're not just saying, I'm just running a business and this is just what I'm doing every day. It's like thinking a little bit bigger than just where you are today.
Well, let's expand on this one. Let's expand on this one because this is a very important one. And as you said, like, where do you want your business to go? Like, what do you want it to do? What's your exit strategy? You know, like what's going on, right? So let's talk about that one. So setting goals.
Yes.
Right. And we've talked about this, getting your books in line, because if you want to sell your business, people are going to want to see the books. They're not just going to walk in and go, what a cute little place. I'm from Dreamland and I want to buy your place. No, it doesn't really happen like that, right? Like they have to see something, it's just the way that is. So you have to start planning. And this is one of the things that I always do with every one of my businesses is I try to plan it as if it's going to be a franchise. Now, when I say a franchise, I don't mean like maybe I'm going to be a franchise later on, but if possible, that would be nice. But the idea is that you have to document all the different things that you do. So that maybe if you hire a manager, you can say, these are the jobs that I want you to do.
Yep.
You're going to hire a cashier. These are the jobs that you are going to do. Right. And this, it comes around to best business practices. And it's something that if you haven't run a business, it's very important to do is just literally the first day you're running your business, start writing down all the little things that you do. It's going to seem like it's something crazy, but as your business grows, you can start assigning those things off to people. But let's say that Hollywood person, dreamy person does come in and say, I want to buy this place from you. They're still going to want to know how to run it. Where do you buy? Like if you have a restaurant, they're going to want to know who your providers are, who your food providers, your I'm drawing blank with words today. All your different resources that come into the business, like your suppliers, that's the word I was looking for, right? Your suppliers, all that stuff. Like, where does it come? Who's your health inspector? Who's the numbers for these people? Like business registrations, like all that stuff. They're going to want to know all that. Yep. And if you have that all written down and stuff like that, they can choose to ignore it. But if you have it there, they're going to be more successful. right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know, and that's one of the big things I think there is. And when you look forward,
Mm-hmm.
books, bookkeeping,
Mm-hmm.
once again, it comes back around like to your specialty. Bookkeeping is
Yes.
when you're planning this, you have to plan how you're paying yourself. A lot of people think, I have a business, I get a profit. We've talked about this as one of the biggest problems that everyone like the money because it's in the box. Yay! You know, like, they don't think about all these other things.
Yep.
But if you're thinking about this is going to be a business where I'm going to have it for multiple generations,
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be highs and lows for your business. So you have to start putting money aside for those highs and lows.
Exactly.
You know, you're going to have to be putting money aside for changes in the business.
Yep.
You know, you're going to have to be putting money aside for hiring people to take the place because maybe you want to give it to your daughter or son, but they don't want to do it. But maybe your grandchild wants to take over the business from you.
Exactly.
You know, like there's going to be a gap in there where you're going to have to, transition over. Yeah. So, I mean, there's lots of things to take into consideration. So that whole idea of planning your business on where you want it to go in the future is so important, right?
Yep.
Got some comments? Okay, let's see what we got here. I want to speak with you. Okay, hi. Sorry, I don't have your name there, but feel free to reach out to us at wegive110.com. We'll be more than happy to help you out there if you have some questions. If you have questions about finances and stuff, please feel free to reach out to Misa at perfectlykept.books.com or on Facebook or Instagram at perfectlykept.books. We'll be more than happy to help you and be able to do stuff with you, work with you, whatever your questions are. If you have questions, feel free to ask them now and before we wrap up, and we can get them to you, or we'll get to you right after we finish talking here, right? So thank you very much for your comments. So let's continue on here. So preparing for your business for the future, even if you're successful, what do you do?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to use our broadcast program. Okay, well, we'll reach out to you and we'll talk to you about that. Okay. So if you want to get success, you want to be successful, how do you grow the business? And this is why I say whenever I approach a business, I try to look at it as a franchise, because if it does grow, how do you replicate your success? Right? You have to sit there and you have to find a way to show people how to run it. So many times, small businesses, they go, hey, I'm going to open up another store, and they open up another store, and that store totally fails, and they go down, So, yeah. There's lots of things that you should do. It's such a big topic. we could do a whole. I'm just thinking, man, we could do a whole weekly thing on just this topic.
Well, there you go. There's something that y'all can roll out. Preparing your business for the future.
Preparing your business for the future, yeah. So we will talk on that. I speak English. No? Oh, okay. This person is asking. We can't use the broadcast right now, but we're more than happy to talk to you about using the broadcast at a future time. We can talk to you. So there's lots of different questions for people. So if you feel free, you can ask them in the comments, and we'll get back to you. I don't think we have anything else to talk about today. Do you have any parting pearls of wisdom on this topic about don't cutting corners?
Well, just really at the end of the day, just kind of circling all the way back is at the end of the day, your bookkeeping is the foundation of your business at the end of the day. So wherever you're trying to go with your business or whatever you're trying to do, just keep that in mind, that make sure that you're keeping your books in order so that at any given time, you're prepared to do whatever you're wanting to do, whether you're trying to go and get a loan, whether you're trying to sell, or, you know, whatever you're trying to do, you want to make sure that your books are in order, because that's the very first thing that anybody is going to want to look at before they look at anything else, systems or whatever. No, they're going to say, what are your financials looking like? And they won't even move past that. If your financials, if they're not in order, they're not even going to look past that. So
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So great show. Thank you very much again. Once again, Misa. Misa is at Perfectly Kept Books and Facebook and Instagram, Perfectly Kept Books as well. You can also reach out to us if you have questions about business and stuff like that. We will reach out to this gentleman who's wants to use our StreamYard. So we'll talk to you very soon. Once again, we give 110. If you have any questions about the Personal Success Journal, you can go there, download your free personal copy of that, and it'll walk you through that. We're going to be going through that live in about a week or two, showing people how to use the book and go through that and apply it, and also about other business opportunities that you can have through We Give 110. So thank you again, Misa. It was a great show. And next week, you're going to be talking about, I think I have it written down here, QuickBook tips.
yes.
Ooh, you're going to want to be here for that, because if you're running a business, you're probably using QuickBooks. If you're not, it's probably what you want to use, unless you're at a big company, of course. But I'm pretty sure even some big companies use QuickBooks, professional edition or whatever, enterprise editions, right? Yeah, so want to definitely be here for those QuickBook tips, and we'll help you out with those. Okay, so everyone have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.